All right, next, please welcome Margaret from the School of Languages and Education. She'll be covering a session on a teaching career with a postgraduate qualification. Margaret, welcome. So, of course, just give a quick introduction on what you do with MDIS.
I'm Margaret. I'm from the School of Languages and I have a decade of teaching experience in MDIS.
All right, that's fantastic. Now, going on to the questions, how has this qualification from Bangor University been beneficial to you?
I stand here to benefit from doing a postgraduate degree in education from Bangor University, which is near completion. And if you ask me whether my qualifications have benefited me, my answer is an emphatic yes. My students come to MDIS to learn English, and these qualifications have made me align my teaching with the learning needs of the students. These qualifications have made me aware that teaching is all about being present in the learning journey of a student.
Wow, that is fantastic work. So, of course, going on to the next one, why did you actually opt to take a postgraduate degree at this juncture of your career?
The older I grow, the more I observe that there is a need for innovative and progressive teachers. I realized that the gap between what I have learned and what is being taught today is widening. And as an adult learner, I wanted to have a deeper understanding of the current educational curriculum, and the need for me to understand my learners was becoming concrete and immediate.
Fantastic. Okay, we'll of course be getting questions from the Facebook Live as well. So, of course, first question here is how important is higher education?
Higher education is essential in coping with the rapidly changing needs of a globalizing society. It is these factors that have led me to take a degree in education. Higher education has a far-reaching impact in coping with the rapidly changing needs not only of a growing society but also of the current curriculum. And doing a master's degree has taken me beyond this wide range of the educational context.
Brilliant, brilliant insight right there. So, now next up, why has lifelong learning for you become essential?
Lifelong learning is essential today because teaching is not only learning interesting subjects. Teaching means you learn additional invaluable skills such as leadership, mentoring your students. You also learn speaking skills and presentation skills. And these skills have helped me become a different teacher in my classroom today.
Wow, that is fantastic. Lifelong learning definitely is something here at MDIS that we like to make sure we bring forward to the masses. Now, of course, fifth question, what are the benefits that will be had by opting to further your education?
I see that these educational qualifications have made me a part of the rewarding and challenging profession of education. I also see there is a potential for growth, respect, and work satisfaction.
Fantastic. Again, now of course, with MDIS, there are different universities to choose from. Why did you pick Bangor University? This, of course, is actually a question coming straight from the live chat, so you have a chance to actually pull in the people who are wanting to choose Bangor University.
If you ask me why I chose Bangor University, when choosing a university or a degree program, it is important to see whether this program is regionally and nationally accredited, committed to contributing to higher educational development, The Master of Education program offered by the WhyBangor University is linked to the UK Professional Standards Framework of Higher Education. It has 130 years of academic excellence. WhyBangor University is one of the oldest and well-known universities in the world. WhyBangor University is also linked to the top 2% of the global higher education institutions, as well as to the Times World Universities 2015 and 2016. The programs offered by the WhyBangor University are interesting, as well as they have a variety of teaching methods like tutorials, seminars, online lectures. They also have a variety of assessment methods such as essay writing, you have action research, research proposals, and dissertations.
Wow, this is very exciting stuff. Definitely things to look forward to when you enter the WhyBangor University program. So, of course, seventh question, how will education be of great use to understanding the present day requirements versus enhancing your own philosophy of education?
Today, in the 21st century learning is all about peer sharing, collaborative learning, sharing our initiative, enhance team spirit. The 21st century learners look forward for more practical learning activities where they can draw from their previous knowledge and skills. Today, teaching pedagogy has undergone change, and I wanted to have a deeper understanding of the current educational theories. And I also wanted to understand my students better. And for me to be a better teacher, I thought I must be able to learn the current curriculum.
Fantastic. And of course, going back to the Facebook comments now, what are some of the main educational aims of this program?
The WhyBangor University aims are to provide a conducive environment for postgraduate study and research, to create an environment where learners can share their experiences and stimulate learning, to contribute to continuing professional development along two different pathways, the pathways to leaders and managers, and the pathway to teachers and educators. And finally, WhyBangor University would like to provide us with lifelong learning.
All right, fantastic insight from Miss Margaret Pereira herself. So, of course, I believe there's actually something coming up that the students will actually like to stay for.
Good afternoon. My name is Hugh Phillips. I'm the course director for the MA in Education Studies program at WhyBangor University. I'm very pleased to be able to inform you about the new collaborative project with the Management Development Institute of Singapore, MDIS. We were delighted to welcome the first cohort of students to the course in June 2020. This group are currently working on their final module and will be graduating in December 2021. There are 20 students in the first cohort. We have the next cohort starting in July of this year, and the third cohort starting in November 2021. We're looking forward to working with you on this new and exciting collaborative partnership with MDIS. So I'm going to take you through now a presentation about the MA program at Bangor University. So first of all, it's a program which is awarded by Bangor University, but we're working in partnership, a collaborative project with MDIS. And if I just establish a little bit of the background, as I've said already, it was launched in June 2020. It's an 18-month program, and it's aimed at a variety of staff. So teachers, lecturers, leaders, managers, wide range of students on the program. It's delivered by 5 members of staff from Bangor University. And with the first cohort, this has been distance learning because of the situation with the COVID pandemic. Now then, what are we hoping to achieve with the program? Now, I've put in 3 aims here. First of all, it's a level 7 qualification. So it's a postgraduate program, a master's degree. So it's going to be academically challenging, which is obviously good for all professionals looking to develop in their roles. We're looking at contemporary educational issues, and we have worked with MDIS to choose those issues. So I'll come on to the module breakdown in a few moments. It's relevant to students who, as I put in the 3rd point there, were teachers, lecturers, leaders, managers. Now, I've got here a breakdown of the MA program. I've said already it's 18 months duration. There are 3 modules studied in the first year: adult learner, intercultural education, and then there's a choice, a placement module or a leadership module. We tend to have there students who are teachers and lecturers doing the placement module, and staff who are in a leadership position going for the leadership pathway. In year 2, students look at research methods, and this module prepares them for the dissertation module. The 4 modules listed there, the first 4, are all worth 30 credits. The dissertation module is worth 60 credits, and that gives you a total of 180 credits, which is what you need to be awarded an MA degree. Now, here are the staff. We have a team, a close-knit team of 5 members of staff who are responsible for delivering 1 module. They're the module convener for the modules I've listed there. Each module convener has expertise and experience in that module and is currently teaching that module across different MA programs. So taking myself just as an example, I'm teaching the educational leadership module to the MDIS cohort, the MA full-time cohort, and the MA part-time cohort at Bangor University. So we're experienced in delivering these modules at level 7. Now then, the original plan with cohort 1 was to have 2 modules delivered face-to-face in Singapore, and the remaining modules taught online. We had to adapt this year because of the COVID pandemic, so we've had a situation where all the modules have been delivered using Microsoft Teams, so distance learning. With the next 2 cohorts, we're hoping that we can revert back to the original plan of face-to-face delivery for 2 modules and distance learning for the other modules. Assessments. For a level 7 qualification, as this one is, we are asking for students to write in total roughly 6,000 words for each module. This is typically 3,000 word assignments for each module. And we make sure that there is enough time for students to complete both assignments before they move on to the next module. The pass mark is 50% to get a merit, 60% to get a distinction, 70%. With cohort 2 onwards, we've decided to introduce exit awards to make the program even more flexible for perhaps the reasons that students might just want to do the postgraduate certificate and exit at that point, and they can return in the future or exit with a diploma. So I said earlier you need 180 credits. So for a postgraduate certificate, we're talking of 60 credits, and students can choose 2 from 3 modules. To get the diploma, 4 modules, and that will be 120 credits. To get the full award, it's the 4 30-credit modules, and those are, just to confirm, adult learner, intercultural education, educational leadership or placement, and research methods. And the dissertation is a 60-credit module, and you would have a supervisor to work with you on your research for the dissertation. And it'll be one of the team of 5, and we will allocate the person best suited to the focus of your research. Entry requirements. So we're looking for students with at least a 2-2 degree, so lower second class honours from a UK university, or the equivalent from an overseas university. We're also asking, as it's an MA in education, for a minimum of 1 year teaching experience. But we are being flexible again. So if we've got students who have experience of working in education and don't have a degree, an undergraduate degree, we will obviously look at those as well, and we have students in that category on the programme this year. We're also asking for a reference from an employer or an academic reference from where you've been studying from a university. And when you do make an application, there is a short personal statement to write where you explain your reasons for applying for this programme. I've now got an insight from a student who is currently, so he's in cohort 1, currently on the MA programme, who will be graduating in December, and he's provided an insight into the programme, why he chose to apply for this programme and the benefits of being on the programme. So this is a student from MDIS in cohort 1.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about the MA education program offered by Bangor University through MDIS in Singapore. Like many of you, and I'm sure that many of you have many years of teaching experience. I have many years of teaching experience as well, and I have a PhD as well. And I sometimes wonder, do I really need a master's in education? But think about it. It's like we're all experts in our various domains, whether it's HR or finance or marketing. But we are actually teaching. We are in the domain of teaching. We are teaching undergraduate students. We are teaching postgraduate students. We're even teaching doctoral students. And therefore, you do need to understand how students learn and how we can teach best. It's the analogy that I would use is that it's like a engineer who can design cars, but he would still need a driving license to drive a car, wouldn't he? And I must say that the MA education program offered by Bangor University had an amazing range of teachers, and they gave us very, very valuable insights, whether it was about adult learning. I've been teaching adult learners for years, but the insights that I picked up were incredible. And whether it's research methods in education, whether it's culture, whether it's leadership, these were all very, very valuable inputs that I will take to my classroom and which I will be able to practice in the classroom to great effect, I believe. And the MDIS team has been incredible as well. We have tutorials, and those tutorials help us to prepare for the assignments, to understand the modules better. And these are all very, very valuable inputs that are very important for, especially because we're all busy professionals. And I must say the management of the program is extremely understanding as well. We have, as we all have, very, tremendous demands on our time, and they're very understanding about schedules, about deadlines, etc., etc. So I would really strongly recommend it to all those who are already teaching and to those who are looking forward to a career related to education.
If you are interested in Bangor University's MA education program, please get in touch with us. And on the last slide, I've got the two contact details, my own as course director and the member of staff who is the Students Administration Partnerships Officer. So thank you very much. I hope you have a very successful recruitment fair this afternoon at MDIS, and I look forward to welcoming you and working with you on the MA program with cohorts 2 and 3 this year. Thank you very much.
Let me conclude by telling you that these qualifications have made me a part of the respectable and rewarding profession of teaching, where I can shape the lives of the young learners. It has given me an opportunity to encourage students. And finally, I would like to say that teaching is one of the most attractive professions. And as a teacher, it gives me joy to see my students' development as well as the way they can contribute successively to the future of society. With these qualifications, I can say I am trained for the rest of my life. Come, join us at MDIS.